This is Hannibal here from the Hannibal TV on YouTube with a daily wrestling news update. I did an update earlier today that my power got mysteriously shut off in the middle of the update where it was related to John Cena talking about how proud he is that CM Punk apologized to Saudi Arabia, where you could still be stoned to death for being gay or being an advocate of a gay person could land you in jail. Domestic violence is okay there, and women can still be stoned to death there too for some very lenient stuff. I'm just saying. Hulk Hogan was all about fight for the rights of every man. Now we've got WWE in bed with the Middle East, and CM Punk is not a punk at all. CM corporate boy, corporate pussy. I don't know what the hell you want to call him. Good for him that money's more important to him than that's what it's all about. These guys making literally millions and millions and millions for one match. Like I think John Cena made 3 million for one match. It's not for the match. It's for putting the place over. But again, I'm just responding to. I wish that some of these interviewers they all do these interviews with people that don't ask them tough questions. Another interesting thing Cena said in his interview was he was willing to do 200 days for his retirement tour, but I guess WWE didn't think they could make money off of that, so they only gave him 35 dates. But he was willing to do house shows, which I guess they don't really do anymore other than here and there. Raw was not in the Netflix top 10 shows for the second week in a row. $1 billion deal, and now 2 week. Keep in mind, guys, Cena only has one match left, but I mean, this is still, you're supposed to have the John Cena buzz. Wow, WWE is killing it. They're not in the top 10 on Netflix. What's going to happen as they continue to lose these older stars? And Cena even said it in the interview he did with Joe Rogan. There's not a new John Cena right now. There's not a new Brock Lesnar. Nobody, they're trying to build some, but we haven't had, there's no replacements yet that people actually care about. And there was a big article today in Baltimore about a fan that could not, a huge John Cena fan. She's 52. She's been going to WWE events to see Cena regularly, but she could not afford to go to John Cena's retirement match against Gunther on Saturday, which nobody wants to see that. Well, very few want to see that match, but I guess the minimum ticket prices on that are $500, and she can't afford the $500 ticket price to see that Gunther match. She said that in 2018 you could get, or she said, yeah, in 2011 you could get a good ticket for $70. In 2017 you could get a good ticket for $83. Now you are literally looking at $500 for the nosebleed section, which is a lot for the nosebleed section. And I, by the way, I did do a poll of how many people actually wanted to see that Gunther versus Cena match, and I'm going to put the results of it in my next news update. But I think there was only something like 14% the last time I checked that actually wanted to see Cena against Gunther. Most people wanted to see him against a more classic opponent. By the way, Dynamite's not doing much better ratings than Raw. Dynamite only did a 0.09 rating last Wednesday. Apparently, Peacock is once this Cena match. By the way, they were canceled from NBC after the Gunther versus Goldberg match. Wasn't enough viewers for them to keep it on their NBC TV channel, so they moved it to the Peacock streaming service. And this Cena match is going to be the last WWE event on the streaming service. They're also dropping the WWE archived content. So obviously, it was not a very good deal for them. They were overpaying for it, and the deal's over. Masha Slamovich, who allegedly was in an abusive relationship with her boyfriend, appears to be gone from TNA, according to reports. I'm not all that familiar with her. I do know there's at least one match of hers on this channel that I acquired, which, by the way, I acquired a bunch of new Shine matches recently. And I do enjoy watching the up and coming female wrestlers because whether the matches are great or not, at least I'm an admirer of female beauty. It's nice to see beautiful women wrestle. So I can still watch it. Whereas if it's guys, it's just like, okay, it's guys doing choreographed matches that don't look real. I don't want to see this. By the way, apparently, I've heard from a few sources Ric Flair was not very happy with my rebuttal to him taking some shots at me the other day, trying to claim that even though I have almost 511,000 YouTube subscribers and I got about 14 million Facebook views from my Facebook videos in 1 month last month, he was trying to claim I only have 2,000 subscribers, which, again, why lie like that? Some people are just compulsive liars, and a lot of people, I don't know if it's CTE or what. Ivan Santos would rather watch 80s WWC Puerto Rico matches than today's WWE. And if anyone doesn't know, I am a two-time WWC Puerto Rico Tag Team Champion with my partner Black Pain. And speaking of that, Ivan, I can honestly say I am a wrestling fan because someone uploaded on YouTube recently, and I don't think it was WWE, a bunch of Superstars episodes from 1986. And I've been watching like an hour to an hour and a half of them every day. Seeing guys like I completely forgot that Dick Slater was even in WWF with a rebel gimmick. I literally just finished watching him wrestle Killer Khan. And man, it was good. I'd rather watch Superstars from 1986 than John Cena against Chicken Leg Gunther. Yeah, Kevin. I mean, there's one thing I'll tell you guys. I'm at least honest. This is why I don't get very far in wrestling because I'm honest. But I'm not a suck up. But if I'm gonna, but it's just funny because it's like if Ric Flair is going to insult me, he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. You don't have to lie. You can just cut a promo on me. But by saying, "Oh, and by the way, he only has 2,000 followers." Ha ha ha. That just made by saying that clear lie, that just made everything else you say mean nothing. And like, why did he have to lie about Hogan? His supposed good friend, Hulk Hogan. He's such a good friend of mine that I am going to make up a story that he died because he took street drugs. Because he's such a good friend. Because you know what? If I had a good friend, if superstar Billy Graham, the man of the hour, the man of with the power, too sweet to be sour, if Billy Graham, which my biceps are getting to his level, if he had died of street drugs, I wouldn't go on and say, hey, I shouldn't say this because he was a good friend of mine, but he died of street drugs. If that even happened, I wouldn't have said it, let alone make up the story. Why would you make up a story like that about your friend? What a great friend. Yeah, you were also friends with Bruiser Brody, speaking of Puerto Rico, and you didn't try to save him. And instead, you make up a story that he put Invader in the hospital for a month before Invader killed him, even though the two of them were both baby faces at the time and hadn't wrestled for quite a while. What a great friend. He is a disgrace. He is a freaking disgrace. I mean, if you got 4 wives and you've had sex with 10,000 women, you're a disgrace just for being unfaithful. And then you wonder why your stepson's dead and your son died of a heroin overdose. Man, get your own life in order before you start taking shots.